Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode 5. Let us proceed with the adventures of the My Naked Dwarf. A mild scent, sweet and slightly herbal, is the first thing you notice upon entering the old shop. Its quarters are cramped and made smaller by display cases and furniture packed inside. The walls are lined with bookshelves and the tables and chairs are stacked with old tomes. A few titles jump out at you: Lucid Dreaming, An Exploration of the Inner Self, Dream Logic, Nocturnal Visions. Overall the place feels lived in if disorganized, not quite cluttered but close. Milling at the front of the store is a shopkeeper lost in a book of her own. She's tall for a human, probably close to 2 meters in height. Her physique is typical bookworm, not overweight, but you can't see any muscular definition either. A wraparound tattoo covers her upper arms and shoulders, but from where you're standing you can't quite make it out. She fidgets. Gradually her eyes rise from her book and lock onto you. Welcome, don't believe I've seen you before. She sets down her book and sweeps a strand of black and pink hair behind her ear. Name's Crafty. She shakes your hand. Her grip is surprisingly firm. So, Edmund, what can I do for you? I've got spells, alchemical reagents, foci, whatever you want, really. Might have to do some digging to find it, but if it's magical, it's around here somewhere. Show me your wares. So, I tend to not buy spells early because they don't tend to be a huge upgrade over what you start with. And we do have the Mage version of Cyberware. So we're going to go with this as our opening move. Let's try and keep this tidy. So this adds +1 willpower, which is obviously huge early on. And the more willpower you have, the more huge it becomes, because, you know, I'm at 7, so it represents 8 karma, and if I go to 8, then it represents 9 karma, and so on. Say, Crafty, had any vivid dreams lately? Her face is unreadable, her eyes look into yours. As a matter of fact, I have, Edmund, but we all get the occasional vivid dream. Nothing special there. Gesture to the book on the tabletop. Really? Then why are you reading up on them? She flicks her wrist dismissively. Sure, it's a little weird that we're having them, but these types of dreams are common in the walled city. Nothing to get all worked up about. Probably. They're common? Explain. Common as the coal. My mother devoted her life to researching the walled city and the magical phenomena within it, so I grew up with stories about the city. The recurrent creepy dreams being one of them. Never been inside the walled city myself, but Mum went in there pretty regularly and experienced the dreams. Mother sounds like an interesting person. Sure, she was interesting, but not praiseworthy. See you around. Okay. I think we're done here for now. There's a lot of plot there if you want to chat to her. And I don't think any of it really matters right now. And I'm actually itching to do some combat, so let's go and get a mission which I think will help me quite a lot. Your workstation mission computer. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. You have 6 unread messages. Welcome to Hawaii. On behalf of your friends at the Hawaii Chamber of Commerce and Swiftwing's Mahjong Parlor, I welcome you to the community of Hawaii and your new business venture. Our new business venture. I've already lined up 3 jobs for you. Details of each are contained in a separate computer message. Remember to check your messages often, as I will update you with new opportunities as they occur. Your mission computer. Hey Edmund, I set up your computer to automatically collect and collate news reports, information, media that might be of interest to you. Some of the keywords I've been trolling for are things like Raymond, Duncan, Walled City, etc. I've also patched in a permanent link up to the Hong Kong shard of the Shadowlands BBS. It's a great place to connect with other runners, sell pay data, get news from the street, and so on. Don't be shy about taking a look. Resources. I've been instructed to inform you of various suppliers' presence in Hawaii. Excuse me. Auntie Cheng has cultivated a commercial district of well-stocked and trustworthy vendors. Whoever you choose to do business with, you'll be in good hands. Armin Kai Fei Club 88 is an excellent resource for acquiring additional weapons, should you require any. Should you be in need of magical supplies, go to the Parlor 5 Phases. If you desire training in the path of the adept, seek out Spider Shen. She can help you, as well as supply with any close-quarters weapons you might desire. Aquarium Alley can supply you with cybernetic enhancements and medical supplies, and the proprietor, 10-Armed Ambrose, is a cyber surgeon of some repute. Law's Techno Palace is a Wamponian-run supplier of the local decking community. The place is hard to miss. Look for the sign glowing in the sky. If you need drones, Reliable Matthews' Robot Bazaar is your best bet, and I pity you. Best of luck in the shadows. As fresh meat, you are likely to need it. Serial killer. Got a problem and you're going to help me solve it. Do a lot of business with the Wampones. If you're not familiar with the term, I'll forgive you. You are an outsider after all. Wamponians? Or Wamponans? Wampones? I don't know. Are a tribe of techno-fascists and deckers who have taken up residence in the Whampoa Garden area of Hong Kong. They make and trade high-tech goods to people from all over the world. A lot of Nguyen passes through their pasty little fingers, and I make a lot of money brokering deals between them and smugglers here in Hoi. I've hit a snag, though. The Wamponian elders, their council leaders, are being eliminated by a serial killer. They've asked me to dispatch someone to get to the bottom of it and stop the killings. I'm not taking their goods through my turf until I do, so you're going to be my proxy, dear. I don't care how you do it, but I need those murders stopped. Wamponians have a delegate here in Hoi by the name of Maximum Law. Wow, that sounds like a name from Virtua Fighter. Maximum Law. He's got a big mouth but knows very little of importance. Don't expect much from that half-empty bottle of vinegar. Get your ass down to Whampoa Garden and talk to the elders. Lie, cheat and steal if you have to, as long as they're convinced that there won't be any more murders. I want my cut and I want it back soon. Okay. Artifact Liberation. Among the Shadows, I've received a request from archaeologist named Mr. Drake. He's interested in liberating certain artifacts from beneath the manor house located in Tai Po. I've attached a copy of the video message he sent me. Screen flickers a few times. The email is replaced with the face of a stern-looking orc. Hello, Madam Cheng. I've heard that you're a woman who knows how to get things done, especially with regards to things that aren't legal in the strictest sense. That's exactly the kind of help I'm looking for. Recently, a rich investor by the name of Law Hoa decided to expand his manor house on the outskirts of Tai Po. Too much money, not enough space for fancy parties. Hit a snag with the local government officials, however. They suspected his land estate was built. They suspected the land his estate was built on may have a pre-modern archaeological artifacts buried beneath it. All of them dating from the Song dynasty. Consequently, I was contacted as an archaeologist to oversee the excavations and ensure everything was properly recorded and catalogued. Sure enough, we were only a few days into the excavation when we discovered a series of tombs lying beneath the site. The scope of the tombs was far beyond anything Lure I had expected. Several acres of catacombs at least, untouched relics throughout. What's more, they're certainly older than the Song dynasty. May even be from the previous cycle of magic. Before I could make my report to the Free Enterprise Zone authorities, however, Lu called in his allies in Tan Tien Incorporated. Lu sold the entire estate to Tan Tien, who then leased it back to him. Because Tan Tien is considered to have extraterritoriality in Hong Kong, local authorities are powerless to stop Lu from looting the tombs. He can immediately begin building a museum, if you can call it that, atop the site. He had the gall to call his museum the Emperor's Tomb. Can you believe that? The odds of there being an actual emperor buried there are basically nil, but he doesn't care. Aiming to sell a few tickets. Lu's continued his excavations using Tan Tien contractors to expand the dig. What he didn't know is that I bugged his comlink before he fired me. Based on what I've heard, something strange is going on in the lower levels. Workers have been disappearing, only to be found dead several days later. Whatever's down there is too dangerous to be left in Lu's hands. Lu must have found my data line tapped, though. I stopped receiving any information 3 days ago. The last thing I heard him talking about were a pair of ancient texts the workers had discovered. He issued an order that further excavation should be halted until he can secure the subterranean areas. I'm betting those texts are the cause of whatever's killing the workers. Quite a bit of experience with these kinds of dangerous excavations, but the operation of this scale is beyond me. I need a team that's tough enough to get in and survive, isn't afraid of making a mess, so you can get out with the books or whatever else they can carry. Beyond the 2 texts, I'm going to pay very well for whatever other artifacts your team can liberate. The more valuable, the better. Don't worry, they'll be going to actual museums, not some rich playboy's mansion. Got a second program in place that will suppress the security system. The team will have to be careful, though. There are only so many alarms I can suppress. Go beyond that number and scrub the mission. I've included a catalogue of likely items to help the team appraise the most valuable ones. They don't need to be subtle. In fact, I'd prefer it that they make it look like a common robbery. Tell them to smash and grab what they can. Let me know when you find a suitable group of Shadowrunners. There you have it. A nice simple robbery. Do you think you can handle something that basic? I have faith in you. Let me know when you're ready to proceed, and I'll contact Mr. Drake when you're on your way. Take the run. Excellent. I've tacked directions to Lu's estate from this message. Good luck. Don't fuck it up. Right. Let's go and talk to the creepy Russian. since I'm probably going to need a decker at some point. Also, if I remember correctly, his drone is ridiculously OP. It's oppressively hot down here, and the air is full of synthetic odors that grab you by the sinuses and refuse to let go. You could smell engine grease and melting plastic, ionized air, and lead solder. Quick scan of the room tells you why. Downstairs tent is converted to space into a machine shop. Metal fabrication tools and Duraplast extruders line the walls, and a pair of heavy industrial manipulators hang from the ceiling. A man in a black trench coat stands with his back to you, staring at a monitor mounted above a sturdy workbench. He addresses you without turning. I was wondering when I'd meet the new neighbour. His voice is pleasant, cultured. There's a hint of Russian accent there, but it's buried under layers of nuance. Please stay where you are. I'll be with you in just a moment. Unless you fancy an unplanned trip to Crow Alley, don't touch anything. There are all manner of tools in here that can take your hand clean off. Take your time. I won't touch anything. You're very kind. Thank you. Can I just not do anything? The feed on the monitor looks like some sort of design software. You can see what appears to be a slim, spidery appendage in orthographic and perspective views. Very good. Yes, that's coming along nicely. Very nicely indeed. He turns towards you, smiling. For the first time you can see his face. He's broadly handsome, Slavic features, and a chiseled jaw. His eyes are like flecks of ice. Sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Edmon. Good to meet you. I just got in off Babylon 5. No, that's not. Edmund, it's no problem. Don't worry about it. You're too kind. Now tell me, what can I do for... An alarming speed, a sinister-looking drone scuttles out from under the work table. Its movements are surprisingly agile and fluid. The machine rears back menacingly, spreading its forelegs as a clear sign of aggression. The man's smile tilts and his tone goes apologetic. Please don't mind the drone. He can be territorial. So long as you remain civil, he will not bite. He extends a hand. Simultaneously, the drone relaxes into a neutral position, lowering its killing legs. Raktor, my mechanical counterpart here, is called Kostche. Kostche? A pleasure. His hand is rough and abnormally warm to the touch. He shakes your hand with a solid grip. Very pleased to meet you, my friend. In a community such as Hawaii, it's important to be on good terms with one's neighbours. Agreed. Speaking of which, I'll have to ask you some questions if you have the time. Glances on the brazen of his forearm, technical display winks to life, then gutters out. Very well. This morning's casting should still be cooling for a few minutes left. There's time enough to talk. Kostche is an interesting name for a drone. Yes, I suppose it is. Not many riggers would name their most prized possession after a villain from a fairy tale. A nod to my heritage, I suppose. What was the fairy tale about? A thoroughly unpleasant person. Kostche the Deathless he was called, and for good reason. His soul was cleverly hidden outside of his body. He could not be killed so long as it remained intact. Kostche was a villain and notorious kidnapper of women, but something about him always stuck with me. I suppose it was the notion of immortality through cleverness that resonated. There was something to be learned from that, I was sure, and so when it came time to name my beloved creation, it was the first name that came to mind. And your drone is deathless, like its namesake. In a manner of speaking, I suppose that he is. I have redundant copies of every piece of his architecture, and his core programming is stored on disk in a secret location. Should he ever suffer critical damage, I can easily bring him back. I had a plan once to automate the self-repair process, but I must confess it was really quite ingenious, but alas, my research was lost. One day I will reclaim it, and Kostche will become as deathless as the stories claim, but it will not be today. I have to get back upstairs. Very well, come back any time. It's pleasant to have someone to talk to. Okay. I don't really have much more to say to him. Nothing. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just do the minimum of stuff needed to get into some combat, because I fancy playing the game. And we're 14 minutes in and I'm still like not actually in a mission doing any killing, but hey. Where's the girl that sells adept stuff? I just want to double check what she's got. of like, no matter what I do with the sound, it seems like some of the music is always just played at full volume. I'm usually beyond helping, but what can you offer? Guns or a swift kick out the door if you mess with me or mine? It's my family's place, me, my husband, and my 2 boys. Now, do you have business with me? I have no time for Windows shoppers. Firearms from all over the world, from Ares to Walther and everything in between. You in the market? Let's take a look. This is not actually the shop I wanted. Okay. We are definitely tier 1. There he is. Despite the wind and rain pelting high, the proprietor of this stall, a monk, judging by their outfit, is unconcerned. The monk's expression is indifferent. Though hardly placid or serene, muscles show tightly wound metal bands beneath the skin, ready to snap in any direction without warning. What's more, the monk's robes are anything but ordinary. Certainly silk makes up the base outfit, but it's paired with high-impact ballistic armor, heavy-duty boots, and a bandolier of throwing knives. The table in front of you is arrayed with a wide variety of melee weapons, charms, jade pendants, and other mystical accoutrements. Beneath the awning in the rear are rows upon rows of cages, each housing some variety of exotic reptile or insect. These in turn are flanked by jars and boxes of Chinese herbs, incense, powders, and inks. The monk spares you only the shortest of glances as you approach. God, so wordy. I am Monk Shen. Most people in Hawaii call me Spider Shen when you count the spiders back there. You're not local, not by a long shot. What tipped you off? Shen smirks crookedly, then 2 teeth peeking out from between thin lips. Body language. You're not afraid to look me in the eye, for one. Another, your clothes. Not in fashion here in Hong Kong. Swords, knives, clubs, I sell it all. I make the most of these. But if I can't, I've got friends who can. If you need incense or salves for meditation, I can make and sell those too. And if your joint's ache, I can give you acupuncture. So, what can I show you? So they moved all the melee stuff to its specific dealer. The adept gains a medium cover bonus to magic spells. That's interesting. It's a dip for. Could potentially dip for that. Alright. So obviously, like, none of these things can compete with this level 2 bolt that I have already got. Just straight up 10 damage, no questions asked. For 1 AP. Piercing 2 armor is not that great when you have a bolt that already does like 10. This armor stripping can work. Right, let's go, naked man. A large X fashioned from overlapping strips of peeling duct tape. It's kind of funny. Head to the outskirts of Taipo to loot a dig site and museum for Mr. Drake. In addition to your team, Fixer has access to a small network of mercenaries known in the Kowloon area. These runners appear below your core team in the runner selection screen and can be hired for a mission-to-mission basis. To complete missions, both your team members and the available mercenaries will periodically gain access to new equipment and abilities. Any new items, spells, weapons, or weapon abilities that the runner gains will automatically be available for use next time you take them on the mission. Of course. was why you would bother with any of these, I have no idea. After all, your main team is free and mostly has you covered. So, I picked the tomb mission first because, if I remember correctly, there is some magical gumph to be had. Normally I don't pay much attention to magical gumph because I don't play mages, but hey, now I have to. Job is a golden opportunity in more ways than one. A raid of the in-development museum, the Emperor's Tomb. The museum's claim to fame is its location. Rests atop ancient catacombs where an excavation is underway to convert them into a museum proper. Intel has it that the workers are dying. Not from on-site accidents, from magical disturbances in the area. Despite the hazards, development continues. Your client, Mr. Drake, has contacted you to retrieve 2 tomes. Probably ancient, magical, priceless, but it won't be a smash in the park. You'll have to get the tomes before they're catalogued, where they'll afterward be near impossible to access. As you near the museum, its height and grandeur looms unsettlingly over you. Even unfinished, it's reaching an imposing size. At least that means there's plenty of room for pricey antiques. The best part, Mr. Drake needs this run to look unprofessional. Shattered glass and looting is encouraged. Alright, let the being unprofessional commence. The fact that my guy is still naked. Entry worked just like Drake said. You creep into the dark, unfinished site. Your comm link clicks in your ear, connecting a call. Good. Now, be appraising what you see as you go through this floor. Grab the best stuff, and my alarm suppression should keep you afloat. Just don't get too ballsy. The books haven't been catalogued yet. They'll still be in the basement, the tomb. I'll be in touch. The earpiece clicks off. Call disconnected. You didn't stay on the line long enough for you to get a word in. Your team powers up the nearby generator. Work lights along the new marble floor sleepily flicker to life. Everyone surveys the site. You know I've always wanted to do something like this. What do you mean? These artifacts have all been stolen from the earth, so now we get to teach a lesson to a man who's excavating it. These were never truly his. Alright, but we're thieves ourselves. We're stealing things from one man only to give them to another man. These artifacts don't belong to him either. Oh, we'll get what he deserves too. Objects like these are too bright to remain in some vault or display case. More thieves will be drawn to them like moths to a diode. Just excited to be part of the cycle. Steal 10,000 neons worth of artifacts. Do not trip the museum alarm. I'm just glad that I can see the text here. The bookshelf is made from your standard stained wood. It's filled with books by famous poets, both English and Chinese. Guess wisdom is not going to help me here. Willpower, I should say. Welcome, Lao Zeng. Please input your password to log in. Hey, Isabel, can I get a hand with this login screen? On it. Easy. Section of the OS has a security hole that lets me bypass the password without cracking it. Just spoof our user credentials. Here we go, the root menu. Business-related files from the submenu, most of them about contracts, construction plans, and financial projections. Among the files are several saved emails. 3 of the most recent ones stand out. As per our previous discussion, I attached this email to the revised museum blueprints. The prints outline various changes to the structure and building materials that need to be implemented as soon as possible. Some backtracking may be necessary, but It will cut supply and building costs by over 13% without compromising the museum's size and grandeur. I know you're against it, but production output will have to increase in order to meet the end-of-year unveiling. Leave it up to you to figure out the details, but if I find that you and your team are slacking off again, more cuts will be made. As to the loss of your worker, Mr. Fay, I offer you my condolences. However, both know construction is dangerous works and accidents are commonplace. You look to this as an opportunity to hire someone more competent, and he won't get himself killed. Saying I processed your informal request yesterday morning. Given a persuasive pittance, the Fay family agreed to forego public retribution regarding the loss of Mr. Quan Fay. Mr. Fay is the fourth labourer lost to hazardous working conditions. Public image is very important to the cooperation, and it's unlikely another transgression will go unnoticed. As your lawyer, I must advise you to double down your construction safety protocols, or to seek an alternative to monetary bribes. Money will buy silence in the short term, but we ultimately want a more permanent solution. I'll forward you the contact information of a Goaxian-funded organisation that can assist you with such matters. Mr. Ping, I can assure you that the recent rumours regarding construction infractions, worker fatalities and malpractice are all untrue. Complete fiction invented by local gossip circuits to stir up trouble for hard-working men like myself. I have taken every possible precaution with this museum, spared no expense. Spared no expense. Should you need proof, I'll send you my lawyer's contact information and promise you'll find no infractions filed against me or Ganaxian Enterprises. Your investment is sound. Appears the room is rigged to respond to computer-generated commands. The options are few. Ambience, candlelight. Ambience, business casual. The room's lighting intensifies and shifts through various colours. You return to the room controls menu. Restricted access, loading. Isabel, why is this menu still locked? Looks like this area uses different password hashing systems. The spoof I was able to do earlier won't get through here. Got any good guesses? Error, remote building controls offline. Reason, network connectivity unavailable. Place is still under construction. Local matrix network hasn't been hooked up yet. Okay. Nine items, and we got to get 10,000. That means we need my brain has melted. Each item needs to be worth at least 1,111. My brain 0.1 recurring. That's why my brain melted, because the answer is a recurring. I'll take that because it meets my criteria. Terminal is powered off. Wow, this reminds me of that room from Dragonfall. Ooh. Avalanche, eh? What happened there? Did he just blow himself up? No, he's sort of teleported him to the Shadow Realm. Why do I only have... Oh, because I'm controlling a spirit. Like, why do I only have 1 AP? It's because I'm controlling a spirit. Okay, weird flank bonuses. Always a favorite. Okay, well I can undo that by getting out of combat mode. I say that as like a load of extra enemies just turn up. Oh, that definitely hurt. Oof. Definitely need to undo that. Nice shot. Guess I forgot how many enemies there were. I'm not able to easily split up my team here because I'm getting perma-stunned. I don't have enough trauma kits to actually, you know, fix this, so... Okay. I totally forgot about the ball attack that reduces AP. Oh, that there were so many friggin' enemies down here. Well, to be fair, I thought you could pick them off in little groups, but apparently not. They come from all over the map. Okay, we're back here for some reason. Let's just do these, just to make sure that they're done, in case they unlock anything. Painting with a plaque beneath it. It reads "The Lady of Shalott, 1888. Actually, I have an idea. Maybe not. Decking 1 to bypass the password. I love how, you know, you bring Isabel along as a decker, and then you get a decking check and you can't do it. Really bothers me about this game. Well, about all the games, is they didn't do it in such a way that you can rely on your team at all. This whole area was clear before, so I don't even understand where all those enemies came from. And yeah, it's all clear up to here, so where the hell did they all come from? This is all clear as well. They must just spawn in or something. CC there? No. Damn it. Now I have no idea where I can hit it from. Let's try that again, shall we? Well, at least it's combat. Nice. Let's retop this up. 20%. The sniffer program is actually providing my only chance to hit. Oh, there's one. Oh, nasty. Not enough AP. Nice. Got him. Right. I'm going to say that's it for now as we're out of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And see you guys next time.